Guys, what is good and what's going on, everybody? Your boy BLSD back yet again for another Sixers Live play-by-play. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here for another one. As today, the Philadelphia 76ers in this game today take on the Washington Wizards. And not to mention for the fact that the Philadelphia 76ers not only are taking on the Washington Wizards, but also look to go out and find a way to make it 9 straight wins. Whether if it's been at home or on the road after the 7-game homestand, we won our last game against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. We're getting out of the wire after the Sixers stepped up in the second half, and then the Sixers were managed to win it in the fourth quarter to win 8 straight. Looking to make it 9 straight tonight are the Philadelphia 76ers and continue to remain as one of the hottest teams in the Eastern Conference by far. But we're going to see what happens tonight. Appreciate everybody that's already coming through. And tuning in as always. If y'all not done so, hit that like button on the stream and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. And everyone tries to see so we can bring more views up in this chat. You guys know how it goes as always. So let's get down to business. He's a producer! That means it's great! Let's go to Cup State! Thank you! Alright. Let's go through the chair before we get things started. Asia Roberson, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through. Hit that like button if you have not done so. And see what's going on with you. So, yeah, go over to Orby Stream. But, like at halftime, come back over here and chop it up. Or like after every quarter and then go back to RB since you're moderated. So it just came from RB Stream. Yeah, just do that, Asia. That way you can be over here supporting, but at the same time, support RBs and do your thing with them. So sorry about your Eagles. It's all right, Asia. It was going to be a tough game in Dallas. Thought the Birds would have came through, would have swept Dallas, but it's been a while since the Eagles went ahead and swept the Cowboys. I mean, it's been quite a while since the Eagles have swept the Cowboys, honestly. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. We look to clinch on Sunday against the New Orleans Saints on New Year's Day, so we're going to see what happens. And hopefully we can clinch that day where either Jalen Hurts or Gardner Minshew will be matching up against Andy Dalton and the New Orleans Saints. So we'll see what happens this week. And see what's going on. Appreciate you for coming through. So let's go Sixers. You already know what it is. Hit that like button if you have not done so. Minshew did pretty good. Yeah, Minshew did solid. I mean, it wasn't his best game, wasn't his worst game. He was solid. Those 2 interceptions really were ugly, though. The first one was on Minshew. The first one that he threw was on Minshew. The second one he threw was on Quez Watkins. Like, Quez, get in the gym. I said this on Philly Mike's stream. Get in the gym and work on your hand grip. You need to fight for the ball constantly no matter who you are on. In that case, on that interception, I do believe it was DeRon Bland that was on Quez Watkins. But Quez, get in the gym. Come on now. Quez sold on that second interception. Who the heck is calling this game tonight? This is not Kate Scott and Al Abdenabi. Who the heck is calling this game tonight? It's on NBC Sports Philly. Okay, someone must be subbing in for Kate Scott. Tom McGinnis is replacing Kate Scott apparently tonight. I don't know what's going on, but apparently we have a new play-by-play person just for tonight's game, I would assume, and then Kate Scott will be back on Friday. Bleacher, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through. Sinan Ham here. Appreciate you for stopping by the stream. Hit that like button if you have not done so. Guys, we'll be right back. I forgot to turn down my TV volume real quick. But yeah, guys, Sixers making 9 straight tonight if they manage to come out here and beat the Washington Wizards. And then they do have the New Orleans Pelicans on Friday. That's a late game at 8:30. I'm going to try my best to go ahead and stream that one. Because on Saturday, I think I might go ahead and do the Ohio State game on Saturday against Georgia. I might stream that game, honestly. I might try to stream that game. So we'll see what happens. See what happens throughout the week. Wearing any new Sixers gear? No, it's the same old, same old. Still gotta rock the Embiid t-shirt because Maxey is not back yet. He will return on Friday though. Maxey will be back on Friday for the Sixers matchup, I believe, against the OKC Thunder. Or rather, that's the Pelicans. The Pelicans game is on Friday, so that's when Maxey's going to come back. And then Saturday, that's when I'll be streaming the Ohio State game. I pray to God Ohio State gets a win over Georgia. I'm begging. After that loss to the team up north, which I'm not even going to say the real college name, after that loss to the team up north, I think we're really mad. I think we're angry. We need to come out on Saturday and we need to play our best. We need to play our best football on Saturday. We have to. After that loss to the team up north, we have to play our best football. This is the number 1 ranked team in the nation, in the Georgia Bulldogs. I think Ohio State has a chance, but C.J. Stroud can have no mistakes in this game. No mistakes from C.J. Stroud. And everyone has to be flawless on offense and defense. Everyone has to be flawless. But yeah, guys, go ahead and drop your score predictions down below in the chat. Let me know who you guys think is going to be winning tonight's game. Can the Sixers make it 9 in a row, or will the Washington Wizards somehow find a way to spoil it for them? Amy Carson, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through. Hit that like button if you have not done so. Appreciate you for coming through the stream. My Christmas was good. Hopefully yours was good as well. Hopefully everyone did go ahead and have a Merry Christmas. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. Spend time with the family, watch some football on that day. I just hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, and hopefully you guys have a Happy New Year. I hope to do the game on Friday, though, and where Tyrese Maxey will make his return that day, but will likely be on a minutes restriction. So I think he will go to the bench, and DeAnthony Melton will continue to start until Doc Rivers gives the full go-ahead for Tyrese Maxey to put him on full throttle. So we'll see what happens the next few games, see when Maxey will come in fully or not. Amy Carson coming with the first score prediction, says that the Sixers will get it done and make it 9 straight wins tonight, 122-98. I can see that happening. Sixers need to dominate every step of the way, and I think that is possible. Oh, 112. Well, either way, you still have the Sixers winning, though. What's with these Harden rumors that he wants to go back to Houston? They're fake from Woj, Asia. They're fake. He says that he's happy where he is in Philadelphia, and then Woj is telling some weak stuff. James Harden does not want to leave the city of Philadelphia. The Sixers, they're probably going to extend him. I would assume. I don't know. I don't even know what Woj was thinking, posting anything like that on Christmas. Like, why are you posting something on Christmas Day? That's probably not even going to happen. And second of all, why would James Harden want to go back to the Rockets? That is literally a rebuilding organization, and Harden's happy with what he's doing right now in Philadelphia. Ever since coming off that injury, James Harden's been he's actually been really, really good ever since he came back off the injury that he had. Ever since that point, ever since he came back from the injury, he's been really good for the Sixers. It's like it's been a whole different version of him. I can still see 122. I can see that too, honestly, but gotta dominate every step of the way. He does not want to go to a losing team. At the same time, I mean, not to mention for the fact that he mainly went to Philly because Daryl Morey was a part of the Houston Rockets organization. And in particular, he had James Harden on that team. And when he went to when Daryl Morey went to the Sixers, while James Harden was up in Brooklyn, and the Sixers, not to mention, they wanted to get Ben Simmons out. So they made the trade. They brought James Harden into Philly. And now he's happy that he's here with Daryl Morey, Doc Rivers, and the rest of the teammates here. So I don't know what Woj is thinking, putting something up like that on Christmas Day. It's not going to happen, okay? Woj, I don't know what you were thinking on putting something like that on Christmas Day, but it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen probably for a while. The Sixers are going to extend James Harden. They're going to extend him. Mark my words. They will extend James Harden. And you know what? If they don't, then oh well. But they will be extending James Harden. Mark my words. They will do it. Hope Harden stays because him and Embiid's chemistry is starting to really fire up. Exactly. These two right here. If I can ever point to them correctly. These two right here, when it says him, he means Harden and Joel Embiid. That chemistry is starting to be super deadly in this league. And Maxey coming back, when he's at full strength, the way Tobias Harris is playing right now, and what PJ Tucker can provide you, as well as what Melton's giving you, Niang, Milton. You know, at times, Daniel House Jr., Matisse Thybulle with his defense. This team can be dangerous. It's just all about execution. But when Maxey comes back in particular, hold up. I'm trying to do this. When Maxey comes back right here, these two and him will recreate the big three in Philadelphia. They will recreate that. Mark my words. It will be recreated as the big three once Maxey gets back into full throttle. That's what I said. See for me. He's underrated, man. I like him as a scorer, but starting lineups are coming in right now for both teams. For the Philadelphia 76ers is James Harden, DeAnthony Melton, PJ Tucker, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. And for the Washington Wizards is Monte Morris, Bradley Beal, Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, and going at the 5 is Daniel Gafford. Dude, Embiid better be destroying Daniel Gafford as well as Montrezl Harrell when they both are matching up on him. They both better be dominating Daniel Gafford. They better dominate Daniel Gafford tonight. Sixers going with the blue jerseys tonight. You see DeAnthony Melton. You saw Joel Embiid walking to half court. What to watch in this game is to play big and play fast tonight. I mean, this can be a scrappy team. You know, Bradley Beal, Porzingis on the same team. See Tobias Harris on your screen. This can be a scrappy team, man. Don't get me wrong. This can be a team that can give us ups and downs, but the way we're playing right now, I still have full confidence that we can beat this team. My final score, I'm gonna probably say 118 to 105, probably. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, this could be. But it is what it is. Who's the original big three? I mean, if we're going to go based off of last season, it was probably the same. But before we got Harden, it was probably Embiid, Tobias, and Maxey. But tip was underway. Sixers won it, miss a shot, and the Wizards will take control of the ball. Bradley Beal with the ball, and it'll be out of bounds by Bradley Beal. Stepped on the baseline. It'll be Sixers ball. Last season was basically the same thing, but before Harden, it was probably Tobias. But Harden gets this over to Tucker, over to Tobias Harris, over to Embiid. Embiid matching up with Daniel Gafford. Embiid coming inside, Embiid putting it up, and it's good. Joel Embiid better be having a masterclass against Daniel Gafford. Embiid better dominate this game. There's no reason he can't. And Beal gets it over to to 22, back to Beal. No good, and it was rebounded by the Sixers. Tucker falls down, and it's a foul against Daniel Gafford. Sixers will keep the ball. Here we go. Melton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid fades for 2, and it's good for Joel Embiid. And he fades over Daniel Gafford. Yeah. Let's go. Kuzma gets it over to Gafford. Back to Kuzma. It'll go out of bounds. Sixers ball again. Let's go. Sixers lead at 4-0. Let's go, boys. Kuzma's all confused. As Melton gets over to Embiid, back to Melton over to Embiid. Embiid matching up on Gafford, backing in. Embiid loses the ball, but he gets fouled. Before it was about to be taken away by Monte Morris. That's number 22 for the Wizards. I forgot. This Wizards jerseys are fire. Harden gets over to Embiid, over to Tucker. Floats it up for 2, no good. Rebounded by Daniel Gafford for the Wizards. We'll get this over to Monte Morris. Morris laying it up for 2. It's no good. He gets his own rebound. Gets it out to Beal. Beal putting one up for 2, and it's good for Bradley Beal to get the Wizards on the board. Here we go. Embiid getting in the width in the paint for 2, and it's good for Joel Embiid. Embiid making this look like child's play so far in the first 2 minutes or so. Morris gets it over to Gafford, who gets it over to Beal. Beal matching on with D'Anthony Melton, and Embiid coming over to help as well. And Embiid takes it away. Gets over to Harden, who lobs it up for Tobias Harris. And gets it to go for 2. Kuzma will get this over to Monte Morris, over to Porzingis, who will shoot a 2. And it is good for Kristaps Porzingis, who gets a lucky bounce. And gets it to go. Here we go. There's Tobias Harris with the ball. Harris matching up on Porzingis. Now matching up on Kuzma. Gets it over to Embiid. Embiid shooting a 3. It was a little high arcing, but he misses it just barely and is rebounded by the Wizards. Monte Morris gets it over to Kristaps Porzingis. Matching up on PJ Tucker. Porzingis keeping the ball. And it's stolen by Tobias Harris. Harris coming inside. Laying it up. It just barely misses. It bounces out of the rim. It's off the back of the rim. Misses. Kuzma coming inside. Tries to get to Gafford, and Tucker gets it away. Tucker with the steal that time. Harden down to Harris in the corner for 3, and it's no good off the back of the rim again. Is rebounded by the Wizards. Here we go. There's Monte Morris with the ball. Morris gets it over to Gafford. Gets it over to Kuzma. Kuzma gets it over to Bradley Beal. Beal backing up. Melton deflecting it away, but the Wizards will keep it with 9 seconds on the shot clock. I love the physicality so far that the Sixers have been bringing. They've been pouring it on to start this game. Even though they only lead by 4 points right now, as the inbound is in to Monte Morris, who gets it over to Bradley Beal, shooting a 2-pointer, and it's good for Bradley Beal. But the defense and the physicality so far, it's been really good. It's been really good so far. Harris gets it over to James Harden. Harden gets it over to Embiid. Embiid matching up on Gafford. Embiid, the 2-point shot is good. Joel Embiid, let's go. Here we go. 4 minutes in, here we go. Morris gets it over to Kuzma, back to Morris, over to Bradley Beal. Or Gafford, rather. Gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis gets posterized by Embiid. But the Wizards are able to get the rebound as Morris puts one up for 2. It's no good, and Embiid gets the rebound. And we'll get this over to James Harden. Harden drops it down for Embiid, and with the one-handed jackhammer. But Harden's called for a charge. Are you kidding me? Bro, Harden couldn't even stop. What are you talking about? And, dude, Porzingis didn't even fall. What do you mean? What are you talking about? That's a bad call right there, in my opinion. Gafford gets it over to Beal. Beal gets around and beaten, and the layup is good. But Harden will get the inbound into DeAnthony Melton. Melton coming inside, up the baseline. Melton gets out to Harris. Harris gets it over to James Harden. Harden around the screen, gets it over to Harris. Harris gets it out, tries to get it out to Melton in the corner. Melton loses it, and it will go the other way. And it will be given back to the Wizards. Here we go. Monte Morris gets it over to Bradley Beal. Beal matching up on DeAnthony Melton. Beal. And it's stripped away. James Harden jarring it loose. Harden looking for his options. Gets it over to Embiid. Back to Harden. Actually, I think he might have faked it. Harden, however, though, will get fouled. And he'll be fouled by Monte Morris. As it looks like James Harden will get 2 free throws at the line. Commercial break. If anyone gets the correct score, they should get a shout out. That's a fact. What did I get for Christmas? Just got like a new sweater or jacket or whatever, for the winter months. But solid start by the Sixers. They're definitely being physical on defense. They're definitely off to a good start here. They're definitely off to a good start now, to say the least. That's far away. Philly's at. Hey, sure looks nice. Sure looks nice, Amy. Also got a maxi shirt. That's cool. Hey, Amy, be sure to wear that on Friday when the Sixers play the Pelicans. Be sure to wear that on Friday. Even though Maxey might be on a minutes restriction, which that's going to be likely. Even though it'll be likely that Maxey gets a minutes restriction, put the shirt on for Friday. Definitely. Of course I will. Are you crazy? It's all right, Amy. Just wanted to make sure you were going to do it. Oh, so Kate Scott is apparently out sick this game. So prayers up. Hopefully everything's all right. Just heard off the person replacing her for tonight as the first free throw at the line is good for James Harden. 11-8 game. This season, ever since James Harden came off that injury, he's been averaging about 22 points a game. Second one for Harden's good as well. Hopefully Harden's back to his old shooting form as Beal has the ball matching up on DeAnthony Melton. Gets around a screen from Taj Gibson. Beal puts one up for 2. No good. Sixers get the rebound, though, with Tobias Harris. And we'll give it to James Harden. Harden's taking a three-pointer from the wing. And it's no good, and rebounded by Porzingis, who will get this over to Bradley Beal. Beal matching on to Anthony Melton, gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis gets it back to Beal. Beal tries to get it over to Taj Gibson in the corner, but Harden pokes it away. It will stay Wizards ball with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Whoever hasn't hit the like button, hit the like button if you haven't done so. Bradley Beal to go ahead and do the inbound pass. Beal will lob this up for Monte Morris. Morris with the ball, matching up with James Harden. Morris gets it over to Taj Gibson. Gibson matching up on Embiid. Gibson spinning. Gibson trying to get around Embiid, puts it up and puts it in, plus the foul. Taj Gibson to go to the line for one more. Now, that'll definitely be a much better matchup, Taj Gibson against Embiid. Won't be looking like child's play out there. Free throw is also good for the and-one free throw for Taj Gibson, making it a 1-point game. 12-11, Sixers lead by 1. Harden with the ball with under 6 minutes left. Harden coming inside, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid matching up on Gibson. Embiid loses it, gets out to Tucker, over to Harden. Harden standing in the corner. Harden dancing. Harden going step back three, fading. And it's good for James Harden in the corner. James Harden with the triple in the corner. Let's go. Monte Morris with the ball. Morris gets it over to Taj Gibson. Gibson gets it over to, it's Denny Avdia. Gets it over to Bradley Beal, rather. Beal gets it out to Monte Morris, who fakes. Gives it out to Avdia, I do believe, for 3. And it's good for Denny Avdia. And Melton with a high arcing 3 does not make it happen. And it will go the other way because apparently Tobias Harris stepped out of bounds on the baseline, so it is going to be Wizards ball. I don't know how to do that, and I don't think I have the system to make it happen. Here goes Monte Morris with the ball. Gets over to Bradley Beal for 2, and it's good for Bradley Beal, and that's the first lead by the Wizards tonight. Here we go. Here's James Harden with the ball, matching up on Denny Avdia. Gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton gets it over to Tucker. Tries to lob it up for Embiid. Embiid saves it before it barely was about to go out of bounds. Embiid tries to put it up, and it'll be a foul called against Taj Gibson. See how tall is Taj Gibson? Gibson's 6'9". I mean, that's probably going to be better than Embiid against Gafford. I mean, Daniel Gafford. As Embiid makes the first one at the line, ties it up at 16. Gafford's actually 6'10". Doesn't matter. He looks thin. He's only 234 pounds and he's playing center. Yeah. As both free throws will go at the line for Embiid, Sixers lead by 117-16. Morris with the ball, matching up with Shake Milton, gets it over to Bradley Beal. Beal gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis matching up on Tucker. Porzingis coming inside. Porzingis bumping into Tucker, puts one up for 2, and it's good for Kristaps Porzingis, plus the foul, and he'll go to the line for one more. Tucker being called for it. Porzingis averaging 22 points a game, 9 rebounds. As the and-one free throw is good for Kristaps Porzingis. Wizards with the lead by 2. Milton with the ball, bringing it down the other end. Milton matching up with Porzingis. Milton looking around the screen, gets over to Harris, over to Melton, over to Embiid. Embiid under the basket and will be blocked by Porzingis, and I think Taj Gibson might have got a piece as well. Beal taking the 3 from the wing, and it's good. Wow, come on, guys. What are we doing? Playing sloppy basketball already? Come on. Can't be closing out the quarter like this. Putting up as Harris kicks it out to Embiid. Embiid spinning, laying it up backwards. And it's going to be a blocking foul against Taj Gibson. I'm not sure if they called it on the floor or if they called it as a shooting foul. Might call it on the floor because it was a blocking foul. But no, it will be a shooting foul. So Embiid will go to the line for 2. Chance to make it a 3-point game. First one is good. Come on, Sixers. Let's get back in this now. Let's go. You'll see for head coach. I know someone brought this up the other night, but I think it was either you or Asia Roberson. It's the VLC for HC. Two fouls, I do believe, on Taj Gibson. Second one for Embiid is also good at the line. PJ Tucker taking a seat. Thibault to step in as the second substitution by Doc Rivers. Beal gets it over to Denny Avdia, and he barely gets it over to Embiid and puts it up and in for 2. Gives the Wizards a 5-point lead, 24-19. Melton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid matching up on Porzingis. Embiid saying, "Get out of my way." And Embiid laying it up and making it look like child's play out here. Here we go. Is Bradley Beal bringing this down the other end? Beal getting past Thibault, gets it over to Avdia. Avdia loses it. Trying to get it back. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Sixers ball. Just under 3 minutes to go. Timeout was called, and it was called by Doc Rivers. So we'll see what he draws up and see if he can adjust the game plan in any way to take the lead by any chance going towards the end of the first quarter. Under 3 minutes left, though. He's still got plenty of time to take the lead and hopefully come out on top. But yeah, guys, I mean, at the end of the first quarter, it's not the end of the first quarter yet. What am I saying? So far, 9 minutes into the first quarter, Sixers down by 3, and Embiid's pretty much carrying the workload for the Sixers. Embiid has been carrying the workload, actually. Wizards have had more support, though, in terms of helping out their leading scorer, which is Bradley Beal. They've had 2 players with 5 points, and then they've had Taj Gibson who put up a 3-pointer. Rather, 3 points, because I'm not sure if he did shoot a 3. I don't think he did it. I think he had a 2-pointer and then an and 1, and then Denny Avdia and then Porzingis each with 5, trying to help out Bradley Beal and be that supporting cast. Yeah, guys, I mean, let's see what happens to close out the first quarter. See if the Sixers can draw up here. Looks like James Harden takes a seat, so Georges Niang will step in. I mean, it was a quick start for the Sixers, and then the Wizards just come back striking. They're up by 3, though, regardless, so it's not like they're up by, 10. It's still a close game, though, regardless. Here we go. Niang to go ahead and inbound this here to Shake Milton. As in, Niang checks into the game. He inbounds it to Shake Milton, and the first quarter continues on. Milton with the ball. Milton spinning, gets it over to Matisse Thybulle, over to Danuel House Jr. House gets it over to Embiid. Embiid backing in. Fading over Roy Hachimura, and it's good for Joel Embiid, putting the Sixers down by 1. 24-23 game. Comes Delon Wright, gets it over to Kyle Kuzma. And that is missed by Kuzma. Might have got blocked as well. Embiid was the last one to touch it as the ball does go out of bounds. And it'll be back to Wizards ball, and Montrezl Harrell will check in for Joel Embiid. I mean, Embiid did get a piece of it. And Embiid to go to the bench here. Montrezl Harrell will replace him. So, my goodness, we're going to the all-bench lineup. Whoop-de-doo. Here we go. There's Kuzma with the ball, matching up on Rui Hachimura. Hachimura fading for two, and it is no good for Rui Hachimura. But he will shoot 2 free throws. Foul called against Georges Niang. .2:12 left to go. Wizards up by 1 for the moment. It was actually a foul on the floor, so it will just be an inbound pass here. As DeLon Wright trying to put one up for 2, it's no good. But he will go to the line for 2 as the foul is called against Montrezl Harrell. The costly all-bench lineup has been in the game, ladies and gentlemen. The costly all-bench lineup. First one good at the line for DeLon Wright. Corey Kispert into the game as well for Washington. Second one also good at the line for DeLon Wright. So, Wizards now up by 3. Milton with the ball. Milton coming inside, laying it up, and it's blocked by Daniel Gafford. Corey Kispert picking it up, gets it over to Kuzma, gets it over to Hachimura, putting one up for 2, no good, but a foul called again against the Sixers, and this one I think is against Matisse Thybulle. Barely in time by Daniel Gafford, otherwise that would have been a goaltending. Was barely in time. Rui Hachimura averaging almost 12 points a game this season. And just about 5 rebounds. First one at the line is good for Rui Hachimura. Come on, Sixers. We need someone to be a supporting cast here. Come on. This is literally considered... The all-bench lineup is otherwise known as the death lineup. Because literally, this is something that the Sixers at times struggle with. Is bench scoring. And when we put in the all-bench lineup, it is really a struggle. As Daniel House loses it to DeLon Wright. Gets it over to Hachimura. Hachimura trying to lay up. It's a loose ball. No fouls called. It's popped in the air. Thybulle gets it over to Milton. Milton gets it over to Daniel House Jr. Tries to put it up. And he will head to the line for 2. And that'll be Daniel Gafford's second of the game. Come on, you should beat the Wizards easy. Well, against these teams, at times the Sixers overlook these teams. So, no team is ever easy to beat, no matter how good or bad they are. As it looks like the first one was missed at the line for Daniel House Jr. Come on, Daniel House. What are you doing missing your free throws? Get in the gym. Second one good at the line for Daniel House. Thank you, Daniel. Under a minute and a half left to go here in the first quarter. DeLon Wright gets it over to Rui Hachimura. Hachimura matching up on Milton, gets it over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma shooting a 3 from the wing, and that comes up short. And Daniel House Jr. gets the rebound. House, staying at the top of the key, gets it over to Montrezl Harrell, gets it over to Niang. Niang flipping it over to Montrezl Harrell. Harrell saying, get out of my way. He'll miss the shot, but he will be fouled by Daniel Gafford, and I think that's going to be Gafford's third. Not him, it's going to be on Corey Kispert. Looking at it again. It was either Gafford or Corey Kispert. If it's Kispert, then Gafford's staying in. Looks like Gafford's staying in, so it was against Corey Kispert. First one from Montrezl Harrell is missed at the line. Come on, Trez. We need the bench points. This is what happens when you put in the all-bench lineup. It's known as the death lineup because it's costly all the time. This is why you need at least one starter if you're putting in all the whole bench. Second one for Montrezl Harrell is good. 3-point game. Washington still has the lead, 28-25. And Kuzma has it knocked away by Thibault. Looks like it went off the hand of Kuzma or went off some part of Kuzma, but either way, it will be out of bounds. Sixers ball. Sixers with an opportunity to tie this up or go down by 1. Milton with the ball. Milton coming inside. Milton lobbing up for Montrezl Harrell, who catches it, doesn't make it. And Montrezl Harrell with 2 hands gets it to go on the dunk. Montrezl Harrell making it a 1-point ball game here in Washington. Hachimura gets it over to DeLon Wright. Wright gets it over to Daniel Gafford. Gafford matching up on Montrezl Harrell. And Harrell's confused on how this is a foul called. And Montrezl Harrell's like, you got to be kidding me. Daniel Gafford go to the line here for 2 free throws. Foul called against Montrezl Harrell. I mean, Harrell's got his hands all over. Harrell's got his hands all over Daniel Gafford. First one at the line, good for Daniel Gafford. Second one at the line, also good for Daniel Gafford. So just like that, the Wizards back up by 3. 30-27 is your score. Milton bringing the ball down the other end, gets it over to Daniel House Jr. House going step back 3, not even close. Harrell puts it back, though, and the points will count for Montrezl Harrell as he uses the height to his advantage, and Sixers will have one more opportunity after this shot by the Wizards. DeLon Wright with the ball, matching up on Shake Milton. DeLon Wright coming inside. DeLon Wright gets it over to Corey Kispert. Oh, Matisse Thybulle! You magnificent son of a gun, Matisse! He just came swarming in, and he said, get that out of here. You're not putting that in any day of the week. You said you're not putting that in any day of the week, buddy. And the inbound goes in to Corey Kispert. Kispert making the layup. No, he misses it, but the putback is good, though, for Daniel Gafford. Someone having to heave it. Milton trying to go coast to coast, and he will be... Was he fouled before the shot clock before the clock expired? Was Milton fouled before the clock expired? Hang on. There is contact, so Milton should go to the line for 2. The officials are probably going to look at this, see where, or rather see how much time needs to be put back on the clock. It's going to be 2 free throws for the Sixers confirmed. So 2 free throws coming for Shake Milton. So the quarter's not done. Because Milton did get fouled before the clock expired to end off the first quarter. 0.6 of a second have been put back on the game clock. Six-tenths of a second put back on the clock. Shake Milton, after a rough start to the season, has really stepped up the last few games. First one, no good at the line for Shake Milton. As soon as I give praise to Shake Milton, of course he does something terrible. Come on, man. Sixers will at least be down by 2. Milton able to make the second one, though. And the full court heave is not going to matter for DeLon Wright as the first quarter officially comes to an end. as the Philadelphia 76ers, after the end of the first quarter, somehow in the world down by 2, with the Wizards going on some huge runs as they have a 32-30 lead as we head to the second quarter. But yeah, guys, Sixers not with a bad first quarter. They started bringing the turnovers into play, and then the all-bench lineup absolutely, I just hate us Sixers fans know Doc Rivers with his game plan, he needs to change everything. He needs to get away from the all-bench lineup because the all-bench lineup absolutely killed us. The all-bench lineup killed us. The all-bench lineup killed us. That's why the Wizards are leading at the end of the first quarter. Because when we didn't have the all-bench lineup in, we were actually winning. When we put the all-bench lineup in, we started allowing points left and right. I don't even know why Doc Rivers is even obsessed with the all-bench lineup. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me why Doc Rivers is so obsessed with the all-bench lineup. But just through one quarter of play, let's change things up here in the second quarter. Appreciate the 7 people in the chat, by the way. If y'all have not done so, hit that like button on the stream and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. We have 8 likes in here. Appreciate everybody that has supported so far tonight, especially the 7 still in here. Appreciate you guys, man. Here we go. Second quarter about to get underway here between the Sixers and the Wizards. Second quarter is actually underway right now. It's already been 10 seconds in. And the Wizards will put it up for 2, and it is good. I think it was Rui Hachimura getting it to go for 2. And it will be a 34-30 lead as James Harden gets it over to Niang, over to Milton. Milton spinning, gets it over to Niang. Niang on the pump fake, gets it over to Harrell. Harrell fakes it over to Niang. Harrell pulling up for 2, and the hook shot is good for Montrezl Harrell. Harrell goes ahead and pulls off his Kareem Abdul-Jabbar impression with the hook shot. And this one from Monte, or rather make that DeLon Wright, goes in and 1 for DeLon Wright as well. Too much contact by the Sixers. Trying to get too physical. They got to stop doing that. We can get physical. We just can't get too physical. As we go to the line for one more, Sixers lead it by 4, and or rather, the Wizards lead it by 4, and it's going to stay that way as the free throw is missed by DeLon Wright. Harden with the ball, matching up on Rui Hachimura. Gets over to Niang. Niang, the shot for 3 from the wing is not going to go, and it's going to be Wizards ball with 11 minutes left in the first half. Yes, I did hear that Nathaniel Hackett did get fired. I did hear that, but Sean Payton might become their new head coach, to be honest. But DeLon Wright gets it over to Rui Hachimura, standing at the wing, backing into Shake Milton. Hachimura gets it out to Porzingis. Porzingis coming inside. Porzingis putting it up for 2. He will not get it to go, but a foul is called against Georges Niang, I think. If not him, it's on Montrezl Harrell. Did they see 3 personal fouls on Montrezl Harrell? First one at the line for Porzingis is good. So it looks like we might be going small ball at some point. 5 will goes to the bench, though. We might be going small ball with Paul Reed. We might not be going small ball. I mean, Embiid needs his rest, man. I mean, Embiid is a big dude. Embiid needs his rest, man. And I think I did hear them say that Montrezl Harrell is on 2 fouls right now, so see what happens from here as Harden comes inside, drops it down for Montrezl Harrell. And Paul Reed officially comes into the game. Montrezl Harrell will go to the bench, so Paul Reed will come in to play some small ball center. As Tobias tries to inbound to Harden, it goes too high, and it's knocked away by DeLon Wright. Gets it over to Roy Hachimura, and it will go for 2 for Roy Hachimura. And Doc Rivers should definitely be taking a timeout at this point. This Wizards team is honestly scrappy, man. This team is scrappy. This team is determined no matter how good or bad they are. Yeah, I did hear that J.J. Watt's going to be ready to retire after the season he's done. But I already know what's going to happen. He's going to pull up a Tom Brady. He thinks he's going to be going into retirement, and then, like 2 months later, he'll come out of retirement and play for another team, if not then the Arizona Cardinals. He'll do it. Mark my words. He will do it. I mean, Montrezl Harrell with 3 fouls right now. It's not really that great. I mean, he's got 7 points. I mean, we need that to be kept up, but the more fouls he gets, the less time he's going to be on the court for. He's only been on the court for 4 minutes, but he's sitting on 3 personal fouls right now. Normally, that's Paul Reed's position. Normally, Paul Reed sits on that many fouls all the time. But, I mean, Paul Reed just checked in, so you never know. Embiid might be coming back in immediately. But Paul Reed, no dumb decisions. Come on. We have Embiid who wants his rest, and we have Montrezl Harrell in foul trouble. None of the nonsense, Paul Reed. None of the foul calls. None of that BS, man. As James Harden and Paul Reed are having a talk. See Georges Niang and Tobias Harris as well. So, I mean, who's playing at the 1 or the 2, depending on where James Harden's playing at? It might be Shake Milton still. So I think we might be going Milton at the 1, Harden at the 2, Tobias Harris at the 3, Niang at the 4, or flip-flop those 2, and then Paul Reed at the 5. I think that's the lineup we're going with. Montrezl Harrell having a conversation with one of the officials. He has 7 points right now for the moment. But here we go. There's James Harden with the ball. Harden. Matching up one-on-one. Harden gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris gets it over to Milton. Milton shoots a 3. And it is no good, and Porzingis gets the rebound. Kuzma puts one up for 2. That's no good. Did the ball hit the side of the backboard or the back of it? And the ball did hit the side of the backboard, so that's automatically going to be Sixers' ball. It was going to be their ball anyway because Tobias Harris did get the rebound. Or rather, Tobias Harris must have touched the baseline. It was 1 of 2 scenarios. Kispert catching and shooting for 3, no good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Milton bringing it down the other end. Milton Coming inside, Milton kicks out to Niang, out to Harden. Harden matching up on Corey Kispert. Harden trying to set up the offense here. Harden going step back three, and it's no good. Way off target by James Harden. What in the world, James? DeLon Wright with the ball here for the Wizards. Gets it over to Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis gets it over to DeLon Wright. Gets it back to Porzingis. Porzingis matching up on James Harden. That's a mismatch, dude. We need a forward on this guy. And Porzingis getting it to go for two. That is a mismatch. Why is James Harden on Kristaps Porzingis? That needs to be Paul Reed's job. At least Paul Reed's job. If not him, Tobias Harris. Milton gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris coming inside, getting it at the basket, and it's good. Thank you, Tobias Harris. DeLon Wright with the ball. Right matchup with Tobias Harris. Gets over to Kristaps Porzingis. Getting it over to Roy Hachimura. Matching up with James Harden. Hachimura putting it up for two, and it's good. Come on, Harden. Play your defensive role. Come on. Milton bringing the ball down the floor. Milton getting around a screen from Paul Reed against Corey Kispert. Reed gets it over to James Harden. Harden matching up on Kristaps Porzingis. Harden trying to squeeze in between two defenders. Loses it. Come on, James. Where's your ball handling skills? Kispert losing it, but a foul called against the Sixers. Come on, guys. Why are we struggling to the Wizards right now? Are we acting like this is a trap game? Do we not want to win 10 in a row? Or 9 in a row, rather? Do we not? Do we not want to win 9 in a row? I kept talking my talk last time and saying that pretty much the same thing, and the Sixers ended up coming back and winning, as the first one's good at the line for Corey Kispert. And Joel Embiid will check back into the game here with 8:19 left. Going to put Paul Reed on the bench here. They're going to put Embiid in the backcourt. Corey Kispert averaging 9.5 points a game, 49.2% from the field, and 40.5% from three-point range. So he's got one more at the line. Porzingis goes to the locker room. As the second one is also good at the line for Corey Kispert. Porzingis goes to the locker room, coming away limping. And man, this is not good, dude. He's limping and hopping. But Embiid, though, with the layup is good. I mean, Embiid might get some mismatches here, depending on who will be up against him. Here we go. There's Hachimura with the ball. Hachimura getting it over. PJ Tucker shooting it too, and it's no good, and Embiid gets the rebound. They'll lob it over for James Harden. Harden matching up with DeLon Wright. Harden coming inside. Harden laying it up for two, and he will be fouled. I think. And it will be a foul against DeLon Wright. We need these free throws, Harden. Let's go. Yeah, guys, prayers up for Kristaps Porzingis, man. Hopefully everything's all right with him. First one at the line for Harden is good. Take care, Amy Carson. D'Anthony Melton checks back into the game for the Sixers. Second one for Harden is also good at the line. So Harden will cut this down to an 8-point deficit for the Sixers. 46-38. Wizards are still up. Beal gets it over to Taj Gibson, back to Beal. Beal up the baseline. Tries to get it over to Monte Morris, who gets stripped by PJ Tucker. But the Wizards will keep it, though, with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Apparently, him and Harden went knee to knee, and apparently something happened with Porzingis' knee. So Porzingis is currently in the locker room right now. Monte Morris with the ball around the screen. Morris dancing. Morris having to shoot a three with Embiid guarding him. It's no good. Gibson gets the rebound. And it's no good. And he gets the rebound again out to Beal for 3, and it's good. Come on. Get an offensive rebound. What is so difficult? Harden gets it over to Embiid, who lays it up, and it's good. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Joel Embiid, for being the great player that you are. 49-40. Morris gets it over to Taj Gibson, gets it over to Monte Morris. Morris gets it over to Gibson, who lays it up for 2, and it's good. Come on. Give me a break. Harden gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris dancing. Harris backing in. Harris trying to pull one up for 2, and it's good for Tobias Harris. There we go. Come on. Play some defense here. Let's go. And grab your rebounds. Morris with the ball. Gets over to Bradley Beal. Beal. Going back to the outside. Beal guarded by Embiid. Beal spinning. Beal fading for 2. It's no good, but the putback is good for Roy Hachimura. Come on. Can someone get under the basket? Embiid, you're 7 foot. You have a long wingspan. Like, what are you waiting for? Harden with the ball, flipping it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton having to shoot a 3, and it's no good, and it's rebounded by the Wizards. Kuzma getting the rebound. Kuzma going into Embiid. Embiid, get your hands up. Get something up, Joel. Come on. What are these costly points right now? And we even have our starting 5 on the floor. Harris shooting a shot from the free throw line. It's no good. Are you kidding me? What are we doing? Morris with the ball, matching up on PJ Tucker. Timeout's called. And timeout surprisingly called by the Wizards. I don't even know why they're taking the timeout, to be completely honest. Sixers are doing bad right now, man. I don't know what's going on here. Like, what are we doing? Selling buckets, not getting offensive rebounds. Like, what are we doing? I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. 55-42. Lizards are. Let me say that. Wizards lead the Sixers 55-42. I said Lizards. Like, what am I thinking? Hachimura's got 10 off the bench. His bench scorer for us has been Montrezl Harrell, who's been sitting on the bench pretty much for the last, like, however many minutes he's been sitting there. He's been sitting on the bench for at least over 10 minutes. That's how long he's been sitting on the bench for. Come on, how are you losing to the Wizards? Apparently the Wizards want more than we do. Apparently we don't want to win 9 in a row. Last time I've been talking like this, the Sixers came back and won, so apparently the Sixers must have listened to me. Apparently they want my motivation and not the motivation of their current head coach in Doc Rivers. They want my motivation. Embiid's only got 2 rebounds in this game. I mean, honestly, Embiid's not putting his hands up. I mean, that's why he only has 2 rebounds in the first half. I mean, normally Embiid has more rebounds than this. I mean, Asia, I'm not wrong. The Sixers want the motivation of me instead of Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers doesn't give these guys enough motivation. Nobody listens to Doc Rivers in the first half on this team. They only listen to me. Thank you. Harden's only got 7 points, dude. He needs to step up, and so does Melton and Tucker. No turnovers for the Wizards after the first quarter. That is ridiculous. We have two turnovers in the second quarter. We had 4 in the first. Wizards had 9 in the first quarter ever since they haven't had a single one. No, I haven't. Wizards will inbound the ball here. Looks like it's going to be with DeLon Wright. DeLon Wright to indeed do the inbound. Wright will inbound this to Gibson. We'll get, or rather, it looks like it's Monte Morris who's checked into the game again. Morris gets it over to Taj Gibson. Gets Embiid to jump. And it's going to be a treble. You can't do that. It's time for the defense to continue to wake up. Here we go. James Harden with the ball. Harden gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton spinning, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid coming inside. Embiid fading for two, and it's no good. Tucker tries to get the rebound. Kicks it out, pokes it out to Harden. Harden matching up on Avdia. Harden trying to get the ball back, gets it out to Embiid. Embiid in the way of the basket. Oh my gosh! Deni Avdia, stop knocking my center around, dude. Oh, don't be like, what did I do? I didn't even do anything to Embiid. What do you mean? You stood like a stick and pushed him. What are you talking about? Shitty, kind of funny. Well, it's not. This is not funny right now. In what the Sixers are doing is the first one's good for Joel Embiid. Thank you, Joel Embiid, for being the player that you are. Thank you, Joel Embiid, for being the athlete that you have been. Thank you, Joel. Crazy how we only have 13 points in the second quarter. Make it 14 now in the second quarter as Embiid makes both free throws at the line. Sixers are still down by 11. Here we go. Is Monte Morris with the ball. Morris, round screen from Gibson. Morris gets it over to Taj Gibson, puts it up a two, and it's good for Taj Gibson. Are you kidding me? You can't make this stuff up. We're better than this, guys. We're on an 8-game winning streak. Come on. Harden trying to get to the basket. Embiid tries to put it back. Foul's called against the Wizards for sure. It's against Taj Gibson. It's going to be Taj Gibson's third of the game. Harden to shoot the first one at the line here for the Sixers. First one at the line is good for James Harden. Looks like Taj Gibson's going to be heading to the bench here. I don't know who's replacing him. Looks like Porzingis is good to get back in. I thought Porzingis would have still been in the locker room, but Porzingis is back. Porzingis is okay, which is good. Never wishing an injury on any player by any means. Second one good at the line for James Harden as well, making this back to an 11-point deficit for the Sixers. 9 points for Harden total. Bradley Beal with the ball. Gets it over to Monte Morris. Morris gets it over to Corey Kispert. And it's going to be a treble. You can't do that. Treble again on Corey Kispert. That's 2 straight turnovers for the Wizards. That's crazy. Harden gets it out to Tucker. Tucker gets it back to Harden over to Embiid. Embiid fading for 2, and it is no good. Come on, Joel. That's got to get in the net. It's got to get in the basket right there. Avdia with the ball. Gets it over to Bradley Beal. Beal gets it out to Porzingis. Porzingis shooting a 3, and it's good. Of course. Right when Porzingis gets back in the game, the first shot that goes up for him, right when it comes back in, goes in as a 3-pointer. Harden taking a 3 from the wing. That's no good. And Embiid does not get the rebound. Come on, Joel. Kispert gets it over to Porzingis again for 3. He misses that one. Harden's letting that one go out of bounds. And it's going to be Sixers ball. We need to go on a run here, and we need it bad. Why are we losing the Wizards right now? Why? Harden gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton gets it over to Embiid, matching up with Porzingis. Embiid, still matching up on Porzingis, gets it over to Melton. Melton gets it out to Harden. Harden shooting a 3. And it's good for James Harden. Thank you, James Harden. It's about time. It's about time you shoot something besides a free throw. It's about time, James. That's just our second 3-pointer made tonight. Morris gets it over to Porzingis, dropping it down for Bradley Beal over to Corey Kispert. But go out of bounds. Apparently, it must have went out of bounds off of PJ Tucker. Kyle Kuzma coming back into the game here for the Wizards. And Corey Kispert to go to the bench here for the Wizards. So 2:38 left here in the first half. Sixers down by 11, 60-49. Bill lobs it up for Porzingis. Porzingis trying to put it up for two. Almost made Embiid fall to the ground, but Embiid put his hand in there, and it's a foul on Joel Embiid. Embiid's probably wanting to talk about that first time where Embiid's probably talking to the official about the first time when Porzingis went up against him. Embiid literally arched his back. Like, how is that not a foul on Porzingis and an offensive foul? Like, come on. First one good at the line for Kristaps Porzingis. 13 points and 6 boards for him tonight. Second one good at the line for Kristaps Porzingis. Harden gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Gets it over to Harris for three. That's no good. And B, get a rebound. Well, all we're asking for, Joel, get a rebound, please. Moore's putting it up for two, and it's good. Are you serious? We're getting destroyed by the Wizards in the first half of basketball. Melton on the pump fake gets it over to Harris. Harris gets it over to Embiid. Embiid squeezing between three defenders, and it's good. Thank you, Joel Embiid, for being the player that you are. Thank you. Embiid's the only one really doing anything, honestly. I mean, Harden's got 12, but Embiid's the only one doing anything still. Avdia gets it over to Monte Morris. Harden tries to steal it, and Embiid comes away with it. Gets it over to James Harden. Harden gets it over to Embiid. Embiid was thinking about a three, but comes inside. Embiid gets it down to Harden, over to Harris in the corner. Harris at the baseline. Harris, the layup is good. Plus the foul. Let's go. Thank you, Tobias Harris. Thank you. It's about time. Dude, Melton's not even on the board yet. And neither's PJ Tucker. I mean, Tucker's aging, which makes sense, but Melton, dude, get on the board. That's just 8 points on the night for Tobias Harris, looking to make it 9 here. Come on, man. Hachimura coming back into the game here, replacing Deni Avdia. Under a minute and a half left here. The M1 free throw for Tobias Harris is good. So here we go. Here's Kyle Kuzma with the ball. Gets over to Roy Hachimura. Gets it over to Kuzma. Kuzma gets over to Monte Morris. Outside Bradley Beal in the corner for three. No good. And Embiid gets the rebound. Embiid trying to lay it up for two. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say it went off of Porzingis last. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Sixers ball officially. As Harden inbounds this to DeAnthony Melton. Gets over to Joel Embiid. Embiid matching up on Porzingis. Embiid coming inside and banks it and it goes in. Thank you, Joel Embiid, for continuing to be the player you are and are keeping us in this game. Thank you, Joel Embiid. No one doing anything for the Sixers, honestly. Well, maybe you put James Harden in the mix. As Beal gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis gets it over to Avdia. Avdia gets it over to Beal. Beal going step back two. It is no good. And the Sixers are able to get the rebound. Harden picks it up. Harden trying to lay one up. And apparently Harden's called for a travel. Let's see. Where's the feet? Let's look at it. Because why not? I mean, Melton may have had that in the corner for three, honestly. But Paul Reed checks back into the game here for the Sixers. Joel Embiid going to sit on the score table. Here we go. Sixers will most likely get one more shot. 25 seconds left here in the first half. Beal dancing. Beal going step back three, and it's good for Bradley Beal. He's just that good of a player, dude. Seriously. And that'll put the Wizards back up by 11. Here we go. James Harden will be bringing this ball down the floor. Sixers are only 2 for 13 from three-point range. That's got to be cleaned up. Harden coming inside, dancing. Harden getting around Avdia. Harden still dancing. Saying, get out of my way, boy. And Harden tries to put it up. Does not get it. And the first half comes to an end on that note as the Philadelphia 76ers at the end of the first half are down to the Washington Wizards by a score of 67-56 as we have approached halftime. Embiid overall dominant in the first half, but the Sixers just need to start helping him out, dude. I mean, the only one that's doing their job really is James Harden. No one else is really helping him out at the end of the day. I mean, we need other players to start contributing, man. So this at this point is getting ridiculous. All right, guys, for the fact that the computer that I'm using here is about to die, I'm just going to go over the team stats really quick. As team stats so far, Sixers are shooting the ball 48.7% from the field to the Washington Wizards 55.8%. Philadelphia 76ers are shooting the ball 15.4% from three-point range, which is absolutely pathetic, to the Washington Wizards 50%. Philadelphia 76ers are shooting the ball 84.2% from the free throw line to the Washington Wizards 93.3%. The Wizards are out rebounding the Sixers 22-13. And the computer's officially died. It literally died on me. It literally died on me, ladies and gentlemen. So we will go over the final stats in the second half, ladies and gentlemen, as yet again the computer goes ahead and dies on me, unfortunately. So we will go over the stats in the second half. But ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we will be taking the halftime break like we always do. Ladies and gentlemen, you all pretty much know the drill up to this point. Go get a snack, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, do whatever you guys need to do in order to get ready for the second half of this one between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Washington Wizards. And hopefully the Philadelphia 76ers will find a way to win this game in the second half. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all know the drill. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll see y'all back here for the second half. Alright, guys, I'm back, ready to go for the second half, which will hopefully be starting soon, ladies and gentlemen. Forgot to change it to third quarter. But yeah, guys, everything needs to turn around for the Sixers. This better not be like a second half team or anything, because this is not going to work in the playoffs, man. Better not be like a second half thing where the team struggles in the first half and then does well in the second half. This better not be that nonsense. I've seen the second half team in terms of any Philly sports team way too many times. I've seen it too many times. This better not be a second half thing. This just cannot be that. If it is that, I'm going to be very disappointed. But at the same time, I'm going to be happy if the Sixers do find a way to end up winning. So I don't even know what emotion to be if this even happens, if the Sixers come back and win this whole thing in the second half. I don't even know, bro. But honestly, man, I mean, Sixers need to come out here. They need to come out swinging in the second half. They need to come out in the second half like they want to play basketball and that they want to win 9 in a row. They need to be playing that way. I don't know why they played sloppy in the first half. But if it's that, we're going to be better in the second half. We're going to let this mediocre team get all warmed up and fired up, get them all exhausted in the first half, and then we're going to come back and we're going to win in the second half. If that happens, I mean, I'll take the win gladly, but if you're doing this in the playoffs against a playoff caliber team, it's not going to work. It's not going to work against a playoff caliber team. That's why you need to come out swinging every game. Like, I don't understand why we're losing to the Wizards right now at halftime. Let's clean this up and go into the second half, and let's come out swinging, man. Come on. We know we're better than this. We know we want to win 9 in a row. And we know we want to be coming off a win with Maxey possibly coming back on Friday. Even though we'll probably be coming off the bench and we'll be on a minutes restriction, we want to make it 9 in a row with the win here tonight, with him coming back on Friday, where we will match up against the New Orleans Pelicans, where I will be live for that game as well, even though that's an 8:30 game, so be sure to come through and tune into that anyway. But guys, on that note, the second half is about to start as we are looking at highlights from Joel Embiid in the first half, as Joel Embiid was just full of pure dominance in the first half. Let's hope we can continue to see that in the second half. He dominated probably every center that was in his way. Porzingis, Gafford, whoever was in his way, he absolutely dominated. 26 points for Joel Embiid is the second most points in the first half this season. Embiid is shooting very well. 10 for 15 from the field, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. Second half's about to get underway here between the Sixers and the Wizards. Let's let the Sixers can come out and win this thing in the second half, man. I mean, here we go. Second half is underway. Bradley Beal will bring the ball down the floor and will match up on Anthony Melton. Beal will get this over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma matching up with Tobias Harris, gets it over to Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis with a fading 2 is no good and is rebounded by the Sixers. Harden getting it over to Tobias Harris, and the layup is good. Let's go. That's how you come out and start a second half, boys. Come on. Let's go. Kuzma gets it over to Monte Morris. Morris with the high arcing 2, and it is good for Monte Morris. We need to cut down this lead, and we need to cut it down quick. Here we go. James Harden bringing the ball down the floor here for the Philadelphia 76ers. He will match up against Bradley Beal. Harden dancing, and we'll lob it over for Embiid. Embiid will get it over to Tobias Harris. Harris standing, coming inside, gets it over to Tucker. Tucker tries to get out to Harden, and Tucker, you just need to take the shot, my guy. You need to take the shot. Why are you holding onto the ball? Take the shot. And don't pass it out to Tobias either. I know you're 37 or 38 or whatever. I don't care how old you are. You need to take the shot no matter what your age is. That's the 8th turnover for the Sixers overall. There's Monte Morris with the ball. Gets it over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma matching up with Tobias Harris coming inside. Kuzma gets it over to Bradley Beal. Beal putting up a 2. No good, but Daniel Gafford with the putback. Jeez Louise. Just why are we losing the Wizards right now? I don't get it. Melton gets it over to Harden, over to Harris from the wing. It's no good. And Gafford gets the rebound. What do you know? We're selling out here. It's like we're selling milkshakes. Gafford putting it up for 2. Yo, that is an offensive foul. Yeah, he's jumping over Tucker. That is an offensive foul. We're going the other way without a question. Get Tucker up off the floor and let's go the other way, please. Yo, you guys privates on PJ Tucker. Like, you guys privates on PJ Tucker, man. Oh, do not tell me PJ Tucker's hurt. Do not even start this. Do not tell me PJ Tucker's hurt. Looks like his finger might have gotten jammed a little, but Melton will inbound this here to James Harden, so here we go. Harden will get this over to Tobias Harris. All right, Tucker's just shaking it off as Harris gets it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Harden. Harden gets it over to Embiid again. Embiid gets it over to Tucker, over to Melton. Melton dancing, gets it out to Embiid. Embiid pump faking, coming inside, losing the ball, and Porzingis will pick it up. Come on, Joel. Where are the ball handles at? Where are the ball handles at, Joel? Come on. Beal gets over to Porzingis at the wing for 3. It is good, of course. Off the front rim, off the top of the backboard and in. See what I mean? You cannot be a second-half team. You can't be putting up a second-half performance in a second-half masterclass and just be like, oh, we're going to take it easy in the first half because we're so dominant that we can win this whole thing in the second half. No, you need to come out swinging. What are you doing regressing in the first half and wanting to do everything in the second half of the game? Like, what are you... I just don't get it. Why don't we want to perform in the first half, dude? We need to get on. We need to get something going, and we need to get something going real quick. Players need help out in beating Harden, Joel Embiid in particular, especially. And I don't even care how many turnovers Joel Embiid has put up. He's been our best player on the floor, by any means guaranteed. He has been our best player on the floor this entire game. I don't care how many turnovers he has. I don't care if it's 4. I don't care if it's 6. I don't care if it's 8. I don't care. I don't even care if it's 20 turnovers from me. I don't care. He is our best player on the floor right now. But what we need to understand is that we need to help out Joel Embiid. The only one and the best one doing that right now is James Harden. Can we have other players contribute? Please. And Melton, you need to step up your game, dude. I don't know how you had no points in the first half. I don't know what went on with you, Melton, but you need to pick things up. Tucker, you got to pick things up a little bit. I know you're getting up there in age, but give us a couple buckets, Tucker. And then this bench, dude. We need this bench to step up, and we need this bench to step up bad. We need to start having these things go our way. We need to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Sixers need to get something going, and they need to get something going real quick. $9:47 left to go in the third quarter. Wizards up by 16 right now. At least we have a third player in double figures, and that's Tobias Harris. These 4 players, Embiid, Harden, Harris, and Montrezl Harrell, have scored 56 of the team's 58 points. It's been all 4 of them. We need other players to contribute. Melton on the fake. Melton gets it over to Embiid, over to Harden, over to Harris in the corner. Harris coming inside, gets it over to Embiid, and Embiid the layup. is no good, but Harris with the putback. Thank you, Tobias Harris. Thank you. But here we go. Here's Monte Morris with the ball. Gets it over to Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis gets it over to Bradley Beal. Beal kicks it out to Kuzma in the corner. It's no good, but Porzingis with the putback. Are you kidding me? What is going on? Harden gets it over to Harris, and Harris will lay it up and in for 2. Thank you, Tobias Harris, for getting our last 4 points. But let's play some defense, guys. Come on. We're better than this. Porzingis with the ball. Porzingis matching up with Tobias Harris. Porzingis gets it over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma now matching up with Tobias Harris. Kuzma gets it back to Porzingis. Porzingis still with the ball. Gets it back to Kuzma. Kuzma taking a deep shot. No good, and it's going to be rebounded by the Sixers. Good pressure on Kuzma. Harden gets it over to Melton at the wing for 3, and it's good for DeAnthony Melton. The first points of this game for a player that is not named Joel Embiid, James Harden, Tobias Harris, and Montrezl Harrell. The first player. The first player. Now Melton wants to put up his points. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's so wonderful. And I think like the other 2 points in the 56 of the team's 58 points, I think those came by like Shake Milton. That was when it happened at halftime. Do I want the Sixers to win this game? Of course I do. Do I want them to always be this second half team all the time? No, absolutely not. But at this point, whatever it takes to get a win, at this point, is all I'm asking for. Sixers need to keep this going. Of course, the first time DeAnthony Melton gets on the board is in the second half, man. That's ridiculous. Melton's normally a better contributor than that. He's better than that, dude. Come on. Melton should not have 3 points right now, beginning the second half. Like, seriously. Melton should not have 3 points right now. He should have more than that. But yeah, guys, Sixers need to continue to keep this up, keep pressuring the Wizards, man. Keep the pressure on. Keep pressuring this team. Keep pressuring the Wizards. Keep making them earn it. Let's go. Keep this going. You know, you got to find a way to stop players like Beal and Porzingis, obviously. You can't let those 2 players get hot. You can't especially be letting Bradley Beal get hot either. You can't do it. You can't. You need to lock them both up. You need to lock them both up. Porzingis had 9 points in the second quarter, 2 for 4 from the field, and I think 3 rebounds. Here we go. Wizards will take the ball on an inbound. Morse gets this over to Kyle Kuzma, gets it over to Taj Gibson. Gibson gets it over to Kuzma. Kuzma kicks it out to Porzingis. Porzingis coming inside. Gets it down to Monte Morris. Morris kicking it out to Beal. Out to Kuzma in the corner for 3, and it's good for Kyle Kuzma. See what I mean? You can't be the second half team all the time, guys. Come on. You can't be the second half team all the time. Here we go. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden. Dancing gets it over to Embiid. Back to Harden. Harden around the screen gets it over to Niang. Niang at the wing for 3. No good. Embiid gets the rebound. Embiid gets it over to Niang again. Niang trying another time, and it's good for Georges Niang. Thank you, Georges Niang. Back down to an 11-point deficit for the Sixers. Monte Morris with the ball. Morris matching up on James Harden. Morris gets it over to Bradley Beal. Beal up the baseline, kicks it out. to Kuzma again for 3. Oh my gosh. Is Kyle Kuzma starting to be the new Danny Green in terms of the corner threes and all that? Because this is just getting ridiculous. Harden drops it down for Embiid. Embiid matching up on Taj Gibson. Embiid dancing. Embiid putting up a 2-pointer. It's no good, and the Wizards get the rebound. Come on, Sixers. What are we doing? We're losing to the Wizards right now? Like, this is ridiculous. Morris gets it over to Bradley Beal. Beal gets it over to Kuzma. Kuzma gets it over to Monte Morris. Morris back to Kuzma. Kuzma, another 3. I was going to say, if Kuzma made another one of those, I would have went. I would have been losing my mind. Niang in the corner for 3, though, for the Sixers. No good. And B trying to wrestle for the rebound. It'll be a jump ball between Embiid and Kuzma. Apparently, Embiid held on just long enough for this to be called a jump ball. Embiid held on for long enough to make it a jump ball between him and Kuzma. Embiid will win the jump ball. It will go to the backcourt. And Melton will pick it up and get it over to James Harden. Harden going to his right, coming inside. Harden gets it out to Embiid. Embiid coming inside. Spinning is Embiid. Embiid taking the 3 from the wing. And it's no good, and Melton did not touch it. Melton did not touch it, so the Sixers will keep it with 14 seconds on the shot clock. I'm surprised Melton did not touch it. I thought it went off of him. Turns out it did not. And Melton inbounds to Harris. Harris gets it over to Embiid, over to Harden. Harden taking a 3-pointer, and it comes up short and rebounded by Taj Gibson. Harden, you need to make these shots, man. Like, this is why we can't be a second-half team. We're not going to stand a chance against playoff teams, especially. Morris gets it over to Porzingis, backing into Tobias Harris. Porzingis putting it up for 2, and he will be fouled. And that's the first foul to now on Tobias Harris. And Tobias Harris is talking with either Doc Rivers or one of the officials. I don't even know who he's talking to, but Porzingis to go to the line for 2. Not to mention too many shots where the Sixers are wide open. Too many of those are just being missed. Like, we have to make those. We have to make those, man. 6 minutes left. Porzingis has a miss from the line. He's shooting 6 for 10 from the field. And that's his first free throw missed tonight, as the commentator with Ala Abdenabi apparently jinxed him. It's not Kate Scott, though, because she's out with, like, a sickness or something. As Harden finally lays one up and in for 2. He's been the best second option to Joel Embiid tonight. He's been the best option to him. Monte Morris with the ball. Morris gets over to Porzingis. Porzingis coming inside. Porzingis losing it, and Harris will pick it up. Embiid able to get it out. Harden will get it over to Embiid, and Embiid with the one-handed jackhammer will get it to go. Great pass by Harden to Joel Embiid under 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. 5:20 left to go. Monte Morris trying to set up the offense here. Morris matching up on Tobias Harris. Morris gets it over to Porzingis, who's met by Embiid. Porzingis gets met by Embiid, but it will stay Wizards ball. Met by Embiid, but Embiid did get the arm of Porzingis. But at the same time, Embiid did end up touching it last, so it will be Wizards ball. Avdia to do the inbound pass here for the Wizards. Avdia inbounds it to Taj Gibson, who stands in the corner, gets it over to Monte Morris. Morris dancing. Morris losing the ball. Morris at this point has to launch one. And it's not going to happen. It's going to be a shot clock violation. And we're going the other way. Let's go. Come on, boys. Let's continue to make a run here. Let's go. Let's continue to make a run here, boys. Let's go. Harden with the ball. Matching up on Taj Gibson. Harden looking for his options here, trying to set up the offense. Harden getting double team, gets it out to Melton. Melton coming inside. Melton kicks it out to Harris, out to Niang. Niang in the corner for three, and it's no good. Embiid gets the rebound, and he will be fouled. Foul called against Monte Morris. I think they did say it was a foul on the floor, though. I don't think they said it was a shooting foul. And it was a foul on the floor according to the female ref that you see at the bottom of your screen. Here we go. Melton inbounds us to Embiid. Embiid matching up with Taj Gibson. Embiid dancing. Embiid kicking it out to Melton. Melton in the corner for three. And it's no good for Melton. Embiid scoops up the rebound. And Embiid gets it to go as nobody defends him whatsoever. Joel Embiid putting in all the work tonight to keep his team in it. Here we go. 55 with the ball. Gets it over to Taj Gibson. Back over to 55. Or make that DeLon Wright rather for three. No good. Rebounded by the Sixers. Harden with the ball. Harden coming inside. Harden laying it up for two. And it's good for James Harden. Let's go. Come on, boys. Keep bringing the run on. Let's go. And now we're getting physical as DeAnthony Melton gets in towards Bradley Beal, but he will be called for the foul. But now the Sixers are getting physical. It should be a foul on the floor because Beal obviously did not shoot that. To make it clear, it is not a shooting foul. As they show the replay of the James Harden layup. And it is an inbound pass indeed. Bradley Beal inbounds it to Gibson, back to Beal. Beal laying up for two, and it goes high off the glass, and it is good for Bradley Beal. And it'll put the Wizards back up by 9. Harden just taking a shot. Harden just tried to take the shot so he could get more free throws. Did they count it as a shooting foul? Did they count it as a shooting foul? Because he wasn't on the floor, but he did take the shot. Looks like it's going to be an inbound pass, as is going to just be a foul on the floor according to the officials. As Melton gets it over to DeAnthony Melton, Harden goes to the bench, and Embiid will be fouled, and this is a shooting foul for sure. And this one's against Taj Gibson. That's 4 on Taj Gibson tonight. Okay, so the one where Embiid goes up in the air, that's a shooting foul. But the one where Harden goes up in the air, that is a foul on the floor. That makes no sense to me. First one for Embiid is good at the line. Embiid's putting in all the work, man. I love what we're seeing at Embiid, but we need other contributors as well. Come on. For the moment, it is an 8-point ball game. 3.5 minutes left. Second one for Embiid is good. Seriously, Joel Embiid has been keeping us in this game. Mark my words. Under 3.5 minutes left. Beal bringing it down the floor. Beal gets it over to Deni Avdija. Avdija gets it down to DeLon Wright. We got it over to Taj Gibson, I think. And Embiid goes down hard on the floor. Oh, Embiid, please get up, dude. Please get up. Get the big man up, dude. Embiid. Oh, he's coming up hopping. Oh, my gosh. No. Yo. Come on, dude. What is that? Standing right in the way of Embiid. All right, looks like Embiid's all right. That was a hard foul. That was a hard fall, rather. That could have been really bad. That could have been really fat. That could have been really bad for the big fella. Here we go. Bradley Beal inbounds it to Roy Hachimura. Gets it over to Avdija. Back to Hachimura. Hachimura gets over to Beal. Beal, matching up on Shake Milton, gets it over to Avdia. Avdia loses it, gets it back. Gets it over to Hachimura, shooting a 3. And it's a shot clock violation. We're going this way. We're going the other way with it with 3 minutes left. Sixers down by 7. Let's go, boys. Come on. Good defense in the second half. Milton gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Over to Harris. Harris gets it over to Melton. Melton, a 3-point shot. That's good for DeAnthony Melton. Let's go. That's more like it. This is what we're supposed to be looking like in the first half, though. Gafford gets it over to Hachimura. Hachimura. That's a 55. Over to Hachimura for 3. It's no good. And it's rebounded by Avdia, who gets it out to Bradley Beal. Beal guarded by Tobias Harris. Harris trying to put Beal in solitary confinement. Beal matching up on Melton. Beal kicking out to Avdia. Avdia, the 2-point shot. No good, and it's another shot clock violation. So the guys, my alarm ended up going off. But here we go. As Melton gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton loses it. Come on, Melton. What is that? DeLon Wright gets it over to Kuzma. Kuzma putting it up for 2, and it's good. And they're going to call it a shooting foul, and it's going to be and 1 for Kyle Kuzma. Embiid being called for the foul. Just under 2 minutes left. DeLon Wright with a beautiful pass, though, to Kuzma regardless. Did Embiid even touch Kuzma? I couldn't even tell if Joel Embiid even touched Kyle Kuzma. I can't even tell. But Kuzma looking to put the Wizards up by 7, which he does. Here we go. The Sixers will just roll it in. Melton will pick this up. Just under 2 minutes left. Milton gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton gets it over to Shake Milton. Over to Embiid. Embiid matching up on Daniel Gafford. Embiid coming inside, putting it up for 2. It's no good. It was going to be probably an and 1 if Embiid made it, but he will go to the line for 2. We're only down by 7. It can be down by 5 if Embiid makes both free throws. Yeah, guys, Embiid to go ahead and take 2 free throws at the line here. First one for Embiid is good. .33 points for the big man, 6 rebounds, 12 for 21 from the field. I'm part of his stat sheet. Second one for Embiid is also good. 5-point game here in Capital One Arena. Sixers down by 5. DeLon Wright gets it over to Kispert. Gets it over to Kuzma, who flips it over to Porzingis. Wright trying to put it up high off the glass. No good, and Melton gets the rebound. Melton setting it down the other end. Melton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid trying to just, I don't even know what he was doing. Embiid is just going to the line constantly. A foul's called against Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis was probably like, man, I knew that was coming. First one for Embiid is good at the line. And Embiid just keeps getting to the line left and right. Let's go. I love that when Joel Embiid goes to the line. I love it. Second one for Embiid is also good. Sixers only down by 3. Sixers in the bonus right now. DeLon right to bring this ball down the floor, matching up with DeAnthony Melton. Right. Round the screen from Hachimura, gets it over to Hachimura, over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma laying up for 2, and it is a blocking foul against Joel Embiid. Embiid's like, no, that is not a offense. That is not a blocking foul on me. That's an offensive foul on Kuzma. Oh, Embiid literally stood there forever. Yeah, that's a charge. Come on. That is a charge, dude. This dude on NBC Sports Philly said that's a blocking foul. Are you serious? Embiid literally stood there forever. Like, what do you mean? All right. So Montrezl Harrell will step in for Joel Embiid. First one for Kyle Kuzma at the line is good. Deficits overcome. Last 2 games, Sixers overcame a 14-point deficit against the Knicks on Christmas Day. And then against the Clippers on December 23rd, they overcame a 20-point deficit. And they were trailing by 16 points tonight at most. Second one for Kuzma at the line is also good. So Kuzma puts it back up to a 5-point lead for the Wizards. Shake Milton will bring this ball down the floor. Under a minute left to go. Milton dancing. Milton gets it over to Daniel House Jr. House trying to drop down from Montrezl Harrell, and here we go with the nearly all-bench lineup. Kuzma gets out to Corey Kispert with the 3, and it's good. Are you serious? And 1. This is what happens when you nearly go to mostly the all-bench lineup. Like, what was Daniel House Jr. doing? Like, he might have made the shot, but, dude, you cannot be fouling these dudes like that. You cannot be doing that, Daniel House Jr. Like, what are you doing? Back up by 8 are the Wizards. Make it back up by 9 as Corey Kispert with the 4-point play. Yay. Milton with the ball. The bench points have been really bad tonight for the Sixers. As Tobias Harris comes inside, Harris kicks it out to Daniel House Jr., who barely gets it. House gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris matching up on Porzingis. Harris trying to go up the baseline. And he stepped out of bounds. Are you serious? You have got to be kidding me, dude. What is going on? We go on a big run, and now we have turnovers after turnovers now. Are you kidding me? Turnovers in the quarter, Sixers with 4. That's ridiculous, dude. DeLon Wright with the ball. Wright kicks out to Hachimura, shooting a 3 from the wing. No good. Harrell gets the rebound. Thank you, Montrezl Harrell. Gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton putting one up. One last shot. No good either way. It doesn't even matter. So what could have been the Sixers really trimming this down to like 3 points or 4 points results in the Sixers being down by 9 after sloppy play ending off the third quarter. As we go to the fourth quarter, the Sixers down by 9, 94-85. It's ridiculous, dude. We so had that. We so had a huge opportunity. That is ridiculous, dude. I can't believe that. All right, Sixers need a big fourth quarter here. Let's go. Can hardly be any mistakes. They're obviously going to have mistakes in the fourth quarter. But at the end of the day, it's not good. TB1, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through, man. So I'm here. Appreciate you for coming through. TB1, hit that like button if you have not done so. Guys, this has just been a Cinderella story. It's been back and forth. Sixers trying to come back. They've come so close, and then The lead increases again for the Wizards. This is just ridiculous, man. Yeah, guys, we need someone to help out Joel Embiid at this point. We need somebody. Fourth quarter has to be a big quarter by the Sixers. They need to outscore the Wizards by at least 10 points. If they don't, they're either going to overtime or losing this game. Yeah, guys, on that note, we just really need to bounce back. We need to have a big fourth quarter, man. Come on. And an early turnover here by the Sixers. Whoop-de-doo. Sixers back to their old ways like they were in the first half. Come on, Sixers. You need to outscore this team by 10 points at least. Here goes DeLon right with the ball. Gets over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma gets it over to Hachimura. This will be out of bounds, and it'll be a foul called against Montrezl Harrell. What do you know? Sixers slacking. What else is new with this team? This is ridiculous, man. I can't believe this is happening. First one good, the line for Roy Hachimura. Back up to a 10-point lead for the Washington Wizards. Probably going to make it 11. Ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous right now. Second one also good for Roy Hachimura. Sixers down by 11. Sixers got to rally. They've got to rally here. James Harden with the ball. Harden matching up on Roy Hachimura. Harden dancing. Harden matching up on Kristaps Porzingis. Harden still dancing, kicks it out to Daniel House Jr. House coming inside. House with the bank shot, and that's good for Daniel House Jr. Thank you, Daniel House Jr., for finally doing something in your life. DeLon Wright gets it over to Kristaps Porzingis, gets it over to Roy Hachimura, gets it over to DeLon Wright. Wright kicks it out to Kuzma in the corner for three, and it's no good for Kyle Kuzma, and Harden gets the rebound. Thank you, James Harden. Harden with the ball, matching up with Roy Hachimura. Harden going step back three from the wing. And it'll be a foul called against Roy Hachimura. James Harden will shoot 3 free throws at the line. Hachimura, stop acting confused over there, dude. You know what you did. You know what you did, Roy Hachimura. Hachimura, you know what you did. Come on, stop. Porzingis has been the leading scorer. First one good at the line for James Harden. Porzingis the leading scorer for the Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal with 19. They only have 4 players in double figures. Sixers only have 3. Second one for Harden also good at the line, so 96-89. Sixers, we need to outscore this team by 10 points, man. Come on. It's not impossible to do this. Third one for Harden is good. So Harden to go 3 for 3 from the line. On Harden to put 19 points on the board for himself total. As DeLon Wright brings the ball down the floor. Wright matching up with Shake Milton gets it over to Roy Hachimura. Hachimura getting it over to Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis guarded by Niang. Porzingis gets it over to Kispert, and it's blocked. It is blocked. Harden bringing it down the floor with him. Harden laying it up and laying it in, plus the foul. Let's go. And James Harden going to the line for one more. And another one called against Hachimura. Oh, Montrezl Harrell with a beautiful block And Niang with the little tapper to Harden. And Harden says, give me another layup and give me the line for one more. I don't care if I have to get a foul or not. Sixers down by 4, man. This is not impossible to do. Sixers just need to keep on doing this. They need to keep on doing this, man. No holding back. No ifs, ands, or buts. No holding back whatsoever. No holding back, man. There's no holding back. No holding back, no ifs, ands, or buts. Sixers, do your job. Let's go. But Trez had an absolute monstrous block on Corey Kispert. Montrezl Harrell literally said, get that weak stuff out of here. That's weak sauce against me. That was a beautiful block by Montrezl Harrell. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. James Harden with 16 points total. Tobias Harris with 15. Joel Embiid with 36. And after that, it's just been everyone else in single digits. The leader in the single digits club has been Montrezl Harrell with 7 points. DeAnthony Melton with 6. Niang with 3. As well as Daniel House Jr. And then 1 point by Shake Milton, which was just that one free throw. I mean, when Embiid gets back in this game, dude, he needs to get going as well. I mean, we can do what we want with James Harden and everyone else on the floor right now. But we need to, do whatever we can to get a win here in Capital One Arena and make it 9 straight wins. We need to do whatever we can. Let's do whatever we can to get this win, man. Come on. And one opportunity coming up here for James Harden. Just under 10.5 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. As they're going to show the block by Montrezl Harrell, the tap by Niang over to James Harden, and then James Harden just takes it the rest of the way. Pass to Hachimura, got it up to go. And James Harden about to go to the line for one more. Let's go, James. That's more like it. That is more like it. The free throw for James Harden is good. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Sixers down by 3. Come on. Keep this going. Here goes Kyle Kuzma with the ball. Gets it over to DeLon Wright. Wright. Looking for his options here. Wright gets it over to Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis coming inside. Kicks it out. In the corner to DeLon Wright for 3. It's no good. And Niang gets the rebound over to James Harden. Harden setting up the entire offense. Harden dancing. Harden flips it back to Niang. Niang a 3 at the top of the key. It's no good, and Kuzma gets the rebound. Why was nobody under the basket right there? It makes no sense. Kuzma gets it over to Hachimura. Hachimura coming inside, matching up with Montrezl Harrell. Kicks it out to DeLon Wright. Over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma over to Hachimura. Hachimura on the pump fake. Hachimura taking the shot now, and it's good. Come on, Sixers. Got to be better than this on defense. Come on. Let's go. Here we go. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden lobs it up for Montrezl Harrell. Harrell misses the layup. What are you doing, Trez? Trez with the putback. I was about to say. Montrezl Harrell, you missed the layup the first time, and if you would have missed it again, I would have been PO'd. DeLon Wright gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis backing into Niang, gets it out to Hachimura. Hachimura's wide open for 3, and that comes up short, and Milton gets the rebound. He loses it, and Kispert picks it up. DeLon Wright for 3, it's good. Are you serious? Do not get back into the turnover habit. Come on. We need a big shot. Come on. Let's go. Harden with the ball coming inside. Harden with the layup is good. Let's go, James. Let's go. We need to start putting this into James Harden's footsteps. Wright gets it over to Kispert for three. It's way short. Niang gets the rebound and gets it over to James Harden. Harden's pretty much the leader on the floor right now for this team. Harden coming inside. Harden the layup. It's good! James Harden! Keeping the Sixers in this one, as he has been the leading scorer on the floor as of right now. With these, out of these 5 players, Harden is the leading scorer on the floor right now. So we're just letting Harden get into his footsteps. Beautiful pass from Porzingis to Corey Kispert. That was a beautiful pass. Here we go. Here's James Harden with the ball. Harden matching up on Porzingis. Harden backing up, gets out to Niang. Niang gets it over to Montrezl Harrell. Harrell over to Daniel House Jr. And House gets blocked. And apparently there's no foul, and it was not out of bounds either. Kuzma with the ball. Kuzma gets it over to Porzingis for three. It's way off target. Harden gets the rebound. Harden, do your thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Corey Kispert, what are you doing to my guard, bro? Yo, you literally hugged him. What were you doing right there? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, hold the phone. He literally hugged James Harden on the inbound pass. Like, what is this? Like, the next homecoming date in the NBA? Either way, it will be an inbound pass here. Niang will inbound this to James Harden. Looks like Embiid's going to get back into this game because Paul Reed still sits on the bench, and Melton to get back in this game as well to replace Shake Milton. Milton to make his way to the bench. 4-point game. Harden's still in the game, but Embiid comes back. Harden receives the inbound pass from Niang. Harden matching on with Deni Avdija. Harden gets it over to Melton. Melton out to Harris in the corner. Harris in the corner for three. Off target. Melton gets the poke out to Embiid for three. That's airballed. Harris has to save it. Thought he had it, but apparently his foot touched out of bounds. And if he would have saved it, Niang would have put up 3 more points and would have made this a 1-point game. But turns out Tobias Harris did step out of bounds, which is unfortunate. And it's back to a 4-point game here, 103-99 still. Sixers are shooting terrible from 3-point range, and they're literally only down by 4. Beal coming inside with it. Beal up the baseline. Kicks it out. Shooting a 3. That's DeLon Wright. No good. Harris gets the rebound. Out to DeAnthony Melton. Melton coming inside. Melton kicks it out to Embiid. Embiid. Out to Melton. Melton was wide open to shoot a 3. Tries to pass it. It's out of the pile. Niang gets it over to Harden. Harden. Actually, on Monte Morris. Harden going step back 3. It's no good. And Embiid cannot get the rebound. Instead, it is Kuzma. Kuzma down the floor, and he will be fouled. And going to the line is Kyle Kuzma. Fouled by George Niang. Niang, dude, you need to get a clean block on Kyle Kuzma, bro. You need to get a clean block on Kyle Kuzma. You really have to. $13 points for Kyle Kuzma in this one. 8 rebounds, 4 for 10 from the field. Only shooting 40% from the field tonight is Kyle Kuzma. Been kind of quiet, kind of not. It's been an okay game for Kuzma tonight. First one is missed at the line for Kyle Kuzma. Oh my goodness gracious. First one missed at the line for Kyle Kuzma. Actually misses the second time, which I'm sure he's not going to. I'm sure he's going to make the second one. Does Kuzma make the second one? The answer is yes. Of course he does. Of course he wasn't going to miss 2 free throws. Timeout called by Doc Rivers to talk things over. 6:17 left. The door's still open for the Sixers to come back and win this, but Sixers need to go on a little bit of a run and need to prevent the Wizards from scoring as long as possible. It's a 5-point game, so it is still possible to pull off this comeback. It is still possible to pull this off. James Harden's really doing well tonight, honestly. I mean, James Harden's got a double-double in this game. I don't know how Embiid doesn't at least have a double-double. I mean, Embiid is 3 rebounds away from having a double-double in this game. And then Tobias Harris is the third best scorer on the team with 15. I mean, to be real, Kyle Kuzma almost with a double-double with 14 points and 8 rebounds. Porzingis almost with a double-double with 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. Bradley Beal with 19 points, no rebounds, but 5 assists, though. And then Hachimura with 14 points and a rebound off the bench. See, they have solidified bench scoring, dude. We only have 16 points off the bench total. 6:17 left in this game. Sixers look to pull off the comeback and probably make it 3 straight games of the Sixers coming from behind to win. Sixers need to play as well as they possibly ever played. Yeah, Harden's having a really good game with a double-double tonight. Harden's having a really good game, just as Jim Lynam said. But Harden's doing really well, and Embiid's obviously annihilating. He's dominating this game. Tobias Harris is doing solid. You know, Tobias normally averages about like 18 points a game, so... I mean, the last few seasons, it's kind of been like that, 18 to 20 points a night for Tobias. I mean, that's probably what you're going to get out of him, you know? But, you know, we need James Harden to continue doing his thing. We need Embiid to continue doing his thing. We need everyone to work together to get this come-from-behind win. This would be the 3rd straight. This would be the 3rd straight come-from-behind win if the Sixers were able to pull this off. Last 3 games, James Harden has been dominant, and they've all been double-doubles. James Harden with the ball, matching up with Denny Avdia. Now gets it over to Tobias Harris. Harris gets it over to Embiid, matching up with Daniel Gafford. Embiid backing in. It'll go out of bounds off of Gafford, and it will stay Sixers ball with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Gafford's talking his nonsense. Gafford, be quiet. Shut your mouth. As Harden gets it over to Embiid. Embiid shooting the 2, and it's good for Joel Embiid. It's a 3-point game. 3-point game in Capital One Arena. Here we go. There's Bradley Beal with the ball. Beal gets it over to Avdia. Avdia coming inside. Avdia spinning. Avdia putting up a 2. It's no good, but Gafford with the putback. Come on, Sixers. We got to defend here. Come on. Let's go. Harden with the ball, bringing it down the floor, matching up on Monte Morris. Harden dancing, coming inside, kicks it out to Embiid. Embiid coming inside. Embiid putting it up for 2. Can't get the first time, but gets it on the second effort. Joel Embiid making this back to a 3-point game, 106-103. But here we go. Here's Monte Morris with the ball. Morris matching up on George Niang. Morris taking the 2-point shot. That's good for Monte Morris. Just a veteran in this league, man. You can't let veterans like that get wide open. You can't. Harden with the ball. Matching up on Monte Morris, who just scored the last bucket. Harden coming inside. Oh, he tossed him into the floor. But got it over to Embiid. Apparently there's no foul called for Harden literally tossing Monte Morris to the floor. Harden's putting his hands up like there's no tomorrow. The whole bench of the Wizards just went crazy. As Beal got it over to Avdia, back to Beal. Beal gets over to Monte Morris. Back out to Beal, 4-3, and it is no good. Beal gets the rebound. Why are we poking out to Bradley Beal? And this will be a foul here against Bradley Beal, I do believe. I believe we are going the other way with it. And it is going to be an offensive foul against Bradley Beal. Dude, he literally smacked Embiid. He smacked him. You say, get your hands out of my way, boy, is what Bradley Beal was saying. You're saying, get your hands out of my way, boy. And Bradley Beal is going to the locker room. The headband's off, and he's going to the locker room. He's not feeling good. Hey, prayers up for Bradley Beal, man. Similar to Porzingis, prayers up. Now he'll come back. I'm not sure what... I'm not even sure what even happened to Beal. Like, oh, it's the leg. It's the leg, man. Oh, he's faking. He's faking the injury. Bruce Hard, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. Hit that like button. As Harden's going to be called for the double dribble, I think. And another turnover by the Sixers tonight. That's the 12th or 13th turnover of the night for the Sixers. Here we go. Here's Monte Morris with the ball. Gets it over to Denny Avdia, over to Daniel Gafford. Gafford gets it over to Monte Morris. Morris gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis matching up on Embiid. Porzingis just launching it. And it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be Sixers ball. Just jam the like button. Appreciate that, man. I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well as well, my guy. Hopefully everyone's doing well on this Tuesday night, man. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Staying safe. Harden gets it out to Niang. Niang standing at the wing, coming inside, gets it out to Embiid. Embiid matching up on Daniel Gafford now. Embiid up the baseline. What is Embiid doing with the fancy passes? Or the fancy moves? Embiid, what are you doing? Just dribbling like a normal man. Just dribbling like a normal grown man on the floor. Kuzma shooting a three. That comes up short. And Tobias Harris gets the rebound. Timeout called by Doc Rivers, it looks like. Embiid, you need to stop with the fancy moves, man. You got to stop that. Still unhappy we lost to the Cowboys. The Dallas fans make so much noise, and they barely won against our injured team. Not to mention that it literally took them off of four Eagles turnovers and only won by 6. They only won by 6, dude. Our pass defense was getting crushed, and they only beat us by 6 with 4 turnovers by the Eagles. There's too many turnovers. Not to mention the first interception by Gardner Minshew in that game, that was literally on Minshew. The second one was on Quez Watkins. I mean, Quez Watkins needs to work on that ball security. Embiid's got a 40-burger in this game. Like, let's go. So I agree with the observation. But yeah, Embiid has been dominating this whole game. Yes, Watkins gave it up. Like, literally, he needs to work on the ball security. At this point, man, I'm just looking for a win. Because you know what? We're the come-from-behind team, apparently. We're the new Philadelphia Eagles from last year. Month of December, Embiid has just been dominant. I'm not sure if he's coming back or if Montrezl Harrell's coming back out. I don't know what's going on. Like, who's going in at center? It's not going to be Paul Reed either, right? I mean, we have Embiid and Harden still sitting on the bench. I would assume those two are getting back in the game. I don't even know what's going on here. Like, who's going in the line? Who's going in the lineup? Like, what's going on here? All right, Embiid's getting up off the bench. Tiger was trying to draw some plays here. 3:14 left. Sixers down by 3, 108 to 105. Well, Maxi's going to be back on Friday. Give it a couple games because I think he's going to sit on the bench. If he won't be on the bench and if he will be in the starting lineup, he will be on a minutes restriction either way. So we'll see. I mean, We'll see how Maxey feels, and when he is given the full green light, when he knows he's 100%, that's when he'll get back to starting. But Harden gets over to Joel Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Harden. Harden coming inside, lobbing it up for Joel Embiid, and that's a dunk for Joel. A monster dunk with two grown man hands. Sixers down by 108-107. Morris gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis back to Morris. Morris dancing, matching him with Tobias Harris. Morris going step back three from the top of the key. It's no good. Niang tries to get the rebound. It was Gafford originally. Foul called, I think, against Georges Niang. Yeah, he'll be back by Friday, but he'll be on a minutes restriction, so he'll come off the bench. So I think we keep rolling with DeAnthony Melton as the other guard in the starting lineup, along with James Harden. Dude, Gafford literally put his head back and bumped into Embiid. Like, what do you mean? Morris gets it over to Porzingis for three, and it's good. Wow, come on, dude. Where's the defense on that? Down by 4. Come on, Sixers. Let's go. It's not over still. Harden dancing. Harden matching up on Daniel Gafford. Harden lobs it up for Embiid. Embiid out to Harris in the corner. Harris going to dance. He's going to come inside. Kick it out to James Harden. Harden taking a three, trying to get fouled. Embiid just launching it out again to Tobias. And it's going to be against Kristaps Porzingis for the foul. So the Sixers will be in the bonus, so that means Embiid will go to the line to shoot 2. To hopefully continue his absolutely dominating night. As Porzingis got all tangled up with Joel Embiid. Got the midsection, literally hugging him. Embiid missing the first one. Come on, Joel, you can't be doing this now. Now when we need this in crunch time, Joel, come on. Not in crunch time, Joel. Seriously, not in crunch time at a time like this, man. Come on now. Not in crunch time, Embiid. Second one good for Joel. Thank you, Embiid. 3-point game still, so it is still possible. 2 minutes left in the game. Sixers down by 3 of the Wizards. Monte Morris with the ball. Gets it over to Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma setting up the entire offense. Matching up on Tobias Harris. Kuzma spinning. Kuzma dancing still. Kuzma taking the shot. No good. Harden gets the rebound. Harden gets it over to Melton. Melton. Fake on the step back. Gets it over to Embiid. Embiid. Matching up on Gafford. Embiid coming inside. And it's going to be a turnover by Joel Embiid. I thought it went off the hand of somebody from the Wizards, but apparently not. Sixers need to stop right here. This is a must-stop situation to have any chance. This is a must-stop situation. Morris with the ball, matching up on DeAnthony Melton. Morris dancing, getting Melton to jump, gets it over to Kuzma. Kuzma spinning, guarded by Harden. High-arcing deuce, and it's no good. Niang gets the rebound. Out to Melton. Melton the layup. No good. Avdija gets the rebound. But Harris is able to pick it up. But a foul's called on DeAnthony Melton for what? Where's the foul at? Wait. Go back to this real quick. Dude, there's no way. Oh, he smacked Avdija. Never mind. Now another missed shot is required. Sixers, play some defense. Come on. Here we go. Morris with the ball, matching up on Georges Niang. Morris gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis coming inside. Porzingis with the shot. No good. Embiid gets the rebound. Embiid lobs it up to Harden. Harden dancing. Harden gets it down to Embiid, out to Harris. Harris kicking it over to Niang. Niang over to Embiid. Embiid standing at the wing. Embiid trying to lay it up. And a steal by Washington. But Embiid will or Niang rather, will foul Monte Morris. Honestly, bro, I would have preferred a Harden step back three, honestly. I can't believe they stole this one. I don't even know how this was in play still. Oh, it went off Embiid's legs. First one from Monte Morris is good. We need quick shots, man. We need quick shots. All right, timeout's called by the Sixers. They need to draw a play up, and they need it bad. There's been bad turnovers in crunch time, man. I'll say that much. Literally, on a Joel Embiid 45-point performance, you're going to do him dirty like this? Embiid's pretty much been our safety valve. This is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous, dude. It's a 5-point game. Oh, Avdia actually stripped it out of the hands of Embiid. I didn't see that. Most 40-point games in franchise history. Embiid passing Wilt Chamberlain today with his 32nd. Quick scores needed by the Sixers, and they need it quick. Niang taking a three at the top of the key. No good, and Embiid needing the putback. That's picked up by the Wizards. Yeah, it's probably about to be game. Porzingis picking up the ball. Pair of free throws coming for the Wizards. Wow, man, I can't believe we're about to lose to the Wizards. This is ridiculous. Wow, man. Unreal. First free throw is good for Kristaps Porzingis. Yeah, guys, it's over. Sixers are going to lose to the Wizards, man. Second one, no good for Porzingis. Doc Rivers calls the timeout. Come on, Doc. We're going to lose. Like, what are you doing, Doc Rivers? What is Doc Rivers doing calling a timeout? We're going to lose. Like, what do you mean? We're going to lose, Doc? What, you think we're going to pull some rabbit out of the hat and we're going to find a way to win? No, we're not, Doc. Come on, stop. Stop. Doc Rivers is driving me crazy. Doc Rivers is driving me crazy right now. Because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. I'm disappointed in this team. Like, how do we lose to the Wizards tonight? Golly. Talk about our three-point shooting. Our three-point shooting was terrible. Bro, 5 for 29, like, dude, our three-point shooting sucked. Our bench scoring sucked. We each have the same amount of turnovers, which is kind of funny. We didn't even deserve to win this game, to be completely honest. We didn't even deserve to win this game. We only won the third quarter. Embiid with the quick three is good. 114, 111. Embiid with the three-pointer. Timeout by the Wizards immediately. Oh my gosh. And back we go to more commercials. Like, dude, what are we waiting for? We're gonna lose to the Wizards. Like, what do you mean? We're gonna lose. What are we doing wasting our timeouts for? We're gonna lose this game. Oh my goodness, bro. Unbelievable. At least Embiid continues his dominating performance. Embiid with 48 points tonight. Embiid, thank you for doing everything you've done. I know James Harden and Tobias Harris were the only ones helping you out, and I'm sorry. I mean, those two combined don't even have more points than you. That's how bad we did. The next two scorers, James Harden and Tobias Harris, in terms of their point totals, they don't even have more points than you do on your own 2 feet. Like, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Doc, we're gonna lose, man. Like, what are you talking to your guys for? We're not winning this game. I mean, jumping for joy, apparently. And Niang's gonna immediately grab Avdia. Avdia ought to go to the line here. Wizards are the only one with a timeout, and they're obviously not taking it. First one good for Denny Avdia. Yeah, we're going to lose, man. We're going to lose, unfortunately. So the 8-game winning streak is going to come to an end. What do you know? Second one good for Denny Avdia. And it's going to be a block. It's going to be blocked by Porzingis and Washington. And the Wizards will pull off the upset, as the Wizards will be able to defeat the Philadelphia 76ers. Unfortunately, in this game, 116 to 111. The Sixers' 8-game winning streak is going to come to an end. Credit to the Washington Wizards, though. They have a pretty bright future with this team. I think every team, honestly, has a bright future. It's hard to beat every team, man. I mean, Joel Embiid he had a dominating performance. I mean, if he would have had one more rebound, he would have had a double-double. This is a disgrace. There's no way we should ever lose to the Wizards, even if we play them 1,000 times. Well, sometimes the Wizards, they can be a solid team at times. I mean, they have a good future with this roster that they have of Kristaps Porzingis, Bradley Beal, even as much as I hate to say it, Kyle Kuzma even. Roy Hachimura off the bench. They had some veterans like Monte Morris and DeLon Wright that can contribute. They have players on this team that can contribute. Not to mention, in terms of the injury side of things, they have Will Barton as well. So they have a bright future, man. Around Bradley Beal, they got Kristaps Porzingis, and I know it's all they have, but they can add more. They can obviously add more. No, Porzingis had 24 points. Embiid had double the amount. Wait, what the? The whole thing just glitched. The whole scoreboard just glitched. But yeah, guys, on that note, we're going to go over the final stats of this one. As Bruce Harper says, we have the number one team in the NBA. We have to stop playing down to the level like teams like Washington. Yeah, it's true. I mean, we don't have the best record in the NBA. There can be teams that are better than us, not going to lie. I mean, you look at the Celtics, you look at the Bucks. You look at the Grizzlies that have a bright future. You look at the Suns that aren't doing that bad at all. You have the Nuggets even. You have the Pelicans with Zion. You have the Grizzlies. You have the Clippers. You have the Suns. You have the Kings, who have a surprisingly good record of 17-14. You have the Mavs. You have the Trailblazers. You have the Jazz. And then you have the losing record teams with the Warriors, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, the Lakers, etc., etc. And then you have, like I said, the Celtics, the Bucks, and the Nets. And then you have the Cavs. The Knicks that can have a solid future around like Brunson and Julius Randle. And then the Hawks that have a solid future with the depth that they have around Trae Young. And, the Pacers, they continue to rebuild constantly. The Miami Heat. Raptors are always a tough team to beat. Some of these teams are tough to beat, don't get me wrong. Any of these teams can upset any opponent. Any of these teams can upset any opponent, not going to lie. But ladies and gentlemen, we will go ahead and go over the final stats really quick, and then we will get out of here. Starting off the Philadelphia 76ers side, Joel Embiid leads the way for them with 48 points, 9 rebounds, and an assist. James Harden with a double-double in this game tonight with 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 13 assists. Tobias Harris with 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Montrezl Harrell off the bench with 9 points and 3 rebounds. DeAnthony Melton with 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. George Niang with 3 points and 4 rebounds. Daniel House Jr. with 3 points, a rebound, and an assist each. And then Shake Milton with a point, a rebound, and an assist. So 1-1-1 for Shake Milton to end off the scoring for your Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers, only had 8 players on the board out of 11 players that played tonight. And then out of 16 players total, because actually maybe 15, because Jaden Springer might be in the G League. I think he might be in the G League with the Blue Coats, but the scoring definitely has to be better for the Sixers. In particular, especially, like the three-point shooting definitely has got to be better. Now over to the Washington Wizards side. Kristaps Porzingis leads the way with a double-double for the Washington Wizards with 24 points, 10 rebounds, and an assist. Bradley Beal with 19 points, a rebound, and 5 assists. Kyle Kuzma with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and an assist. Roy Hachimura with 14 points and a rebound off the bench. Daniel Gafford with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Monte Morris with 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. Corey Kispert with 8 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Denny Avdia with 7 points, 3 rebounds. DeLon Wright with 7 points, no rebounds, and an assist. Taj Gibson with 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And that's how the scoring actually comes to an end for the Washington Wizards. Now over to the team stats now. The Philadelphia 76ers finished shooting the ball 47% from the field to the Washington Wizards 45.9%. Philadelphia 76ers finished shooting the ball 19.4% from three-point range to the Washington Wizards 33.3%. Both teams end up shooting 87.1% from the free throw line. They both also ended up shooting 31 free throws and both making 27 of them. The Washington Wizards out-rebound the Philadelphia 76ers just barely 39-38. However, the Wizards comfortably do it offensively, 14-9. Sixers out-assisted the Wizards 20-18. Sixers with more blocks than the Wizards, 10-8. Sixers with more steals than the Wizards, 8-7. Both teams in this game actually both had 15 turnovers, so nobody won the turnover battle. It ended up being a tie. Sixers with more points in the paint than the Washington Wizards, 58-28, and then a total of 47 personal fouls called, 24 on the Philadelphia 76ers and 23 on the Washington Wizards. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, that is how the stats come to an end. Okay, go sleep so I can get it right tomorrow. Great to see you, and thank you for breakfast. And Merry Christmas. Hopefully you did too, my guy. The Sixers go Eagles, fly, go Phillies. Return is going to be great. Yeah, that's a fact. But yeah, guys, on that note, don't really have too much else to say apart from the fact that the Sixers need to amp up their game in terms of the three-point shooting. But Sixers lose it by 5, 116-111. They just can't. Also, not to mention, they can't be a second-half team like that. They cannot be the second-half team. They can't. They just can't be the second-half team all the time. They have to come out here, and at times they need to strike in the first half. They can't be doing this in the second half, man. And, especially next game against the New Orleans Pelicans on Friday, you can't be the second-half team against them. You can't be doing this. Pelicans with the second-best record in the Western Conference at 21-12. You cannot be the second-half team against them. They have a bright future ahead of them as well. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, guys, on that note, we have one more comment here from Bruce Harper. Hope you have a great night. Ohio State's going to beat Georgia. You heard here first from your friend Bruce Harper. Good luck, guys. Yeah, man, I'll be live for that game on Saturday. I think I should be able to do it, though. Should be able to go live for the game on Saturday for Ohio State and Georgia. So, hopefully I'm able to be sticking around and doing that. So, yeah, guys, on that note, not too much else to say apart from the fact that in the meantime, if you guys have not done so, if I can ever figure this out, you guys can go ahead and follow me on both Twitter and Instagram. The handles are both right here where both my fingers are. So you guys can go ahead and follow me on both Twitter and Instagram. If you guys are not doing so already, appreciate everybody for coming through and tuning in. You guys already know what it is. Sixers fall to the Washington Wizards, 116-111. On that note, they will drop to 20 and I think 20-13 or 20-14 on the season. I don't know. I think it's 20-13. If not, that is 20-14. Let me refresh it. It might be 20-13. It might be 20-13 on the season. Next game on Friday against the New Orleans Pelicans at 8:30. I will be streaming that. It's going to be a late nighter. But yeah, guys, on that note, that's going to pretty much do it for me, man. Be sure to like and subscribe if you guys have not done so. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one, man. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night, man. God bless and peace.